The first thing you're going to need is a needle, and I'm going to cut down the end because I don't want something with a really sharp point very close to my fingers, so I'm just going to cut the end off, and then I'm just going to file the end so it's a little less sharp around the edges before I use a bit of spirit gum to pin it down. But if you don't have spirit gum, you can also use lash glue, which would work just as well if that's what you have to hand. And after that, I'm going to take some latex and I'm going to apply this in 3 layers. One layer, which will be the widest, is going to also follow around the edge of the fingernail. Then I'm going to wait for it to dry. Once the first layer has dried, I'm going to take a second layer, but that's going to be covering a smaller area. And then finally a third layer, but this is going to cover just right over the needle. It doesn't need to go any further than that. And I'm going to wait for that to dry. And then I'm going to cover it up with a concealer which is as close to my own skin tone as possible. Next, there are 2 different things you can use. You can use a professional cream makeup, or you can use a lipstick. I'm going to be using a lipstick just because I want to demonstrate that you don't necessarily need expensive equipment. And I'm going to be using a small nail art brush just to surround the edges where the pin would be underneath the skin. Then I'm going to take a lighter concealer and go over where the where the needle is. But then I'm going to extend that a little bit further down along the finger so it looks like the needle's gone a little bit further down my finger than it actually has. And then go around the edges again with the red lipstick. After that, I'm just going to take a little bit of red food colouring and I'm going to dabble that around the edge. Realistically, there wouldn't be this much blood unless you pulled the needle out, but just for effect I'm going to put a little too much blood. And the best thing is that you can even wiggle it and pull it out.